I stand to be corrected, and DoorDash stands to do more than that to me in a couple of weeks. I'll explain what I mean on this segment of the Gig Geezer. I mentioned during my appearance on Steve Rideshare Rodeo's Last Mile live stream back on Wednesday, June 12, 2024, that I felt as if maybe I may have been grandfathered into some of the driver perks that I had amassed over the previous 5 years being active on the app.
Yeah, so, I think maybe for me is that the reason why I've been able to still see certain things is because I've been on the app for so damn long, and I may have been partially grandfathered in because I was on the DoorDash Drive program back in 2020, which became then the large order program, and I've been able to schedule out 5, 6, 7 days in advance. I've been able to do that since 2020. So I've not lost those, even though I know that the app has gone to its latest iteration. So maybe partially I've been grandfathered.
But then, and what I mean by that is being grandfathered in terms of early scheduling of time slots on the app, and then still having access to large order program opportunities. Well, I got an email yesterday, June 13, 2024, that pretty much knocked my ass to reality. DoorDash announced its latest iteration of Mind Games that will be coming to my market, Columbia, South Carolina metropolitan area, in a couple of weeks. In fact, DoorDash proudly says goodbye to Top Dasher, priority access, and other programs, and hello to its new rewards. Well, rewards of what kind? Well, as a driver, I don't give a fuck about the rewards. I really don't. All I care about is being able to earn money on the app. What I've noticed is that, all right, so what DoorDash announced was this platinum program, this latest iteration of a platinum program, and that based on your acceptance rate, driver rating, and completion rate, you will qualify under 3 tiers. Now, personally, I won't qualify under a goddamn thing, in that my acceptance rate is single digits, and my completion rate is currently at 93%. And so I'm kind of iffy there. My driver rating is fine, 4.91. It's been that for months on end. However, the acceptance rate is what's going to keep me away from things. And then ultimately, if I were to really try to go after the top tier of things, it would be also the completion rate at this juncture. All right, so what are these rewards? For some of you, it may be just a review, and for some of you, it may be an introduction. So there's the silver tier. You must maintain at least a 50% acceptance rate, a 4.5 driver rating, and at least a 90% completion rate. But we all have to maintain at least a 90% completion rate to remain on the app. But you will have merit priority access to high paying orders and advanced scheduling. If you meet the gold tier, you must maintain at least a 70% acceptance rate, a 4.5 driver rating, and at least a 95% completion rate. And for that, you earn early access to scheduling, increased priority to higher paying orders, and priority access to Dash Now. Dash Now was something that was big when you wanted to be a top dasher, in that you would be able to get on the app at any time. You would not have to schedule any time slots. Well, apparently DoorDash is doing away with that. You would be able to access the app at any time, anywhere, you would be able to access the app anytime, anywhere, and not have to schedule any time slots. And then for the platinum tier, which is the top one, you must maintain at least a 70% acceptance rate, a 4.7 driver rating, and complete at least 95% of your orders. But also you must maintain a rolling count over the previous 30 days of 100 deliveries. Now, when you achieve this level, it means that you will have gone above and beyond what DoorDash says. But for that, you would unlock priority access to Dash Now, priority access to large orders, highest priority access to the highest paying orders, VIP support for whatever that's worth, and early access to scheduling. Now we've heard similar iterations of this, similar variations of this in the past. Two things I want to point out. You can take it for whatever it's worth. The key word has always been priority. Priority, priority, priority. Meaning that you may gain priority. Priority is a 50-50 proposition. You may gain priority, you may not gain priority. So you got to keep that in mind. The other thing that is what I noticed that may be a questionable thing is the completion rate. We all have to maintain at least 90% completion rate, but the 95% completion rate may be a problem in certain situations. And here's what I mean. If you mistakenly accept an order, a bad order that you really didn't want, that's one notch against you. You're down to 99%, assuming that you start at 100%. But let's say then that you're at 99 now, you're okay, and you happen to mistakenly accept a stacked order, okay? A stacked order, and it's a bad stacked order. It is 2 orders for $4, okay? And you didn't mean to accept it. You get rid of them, now you're down to 97%, okay? And let's say that, and this is something that I've pointed out in this segment of the Gig Geezer, let's say you get one of those highest paying orders or those higher paying orders or those larger orders, okay? And what happens is that it is scheduled for, say, 1 o'clock today, but it's actually, it tells you to be at the location at 1 o'clock today, but then you get to the restaurant and they're saying, oh no, it's scheduled for 1 o'clock tomorrow. So now you've got to contact DoorDash to have this removed, and it is almost as a dead certainty that if DoorDash unassigns you from that order, that's going to be another knock against your completion rate. So you're down to 96%. Now you got to be at 95 or better to maintain platinum. And if you fall from 95, that means that if you fall from 95, you're down to gold. Or it could be that you're down to silver. And so if that happens, that may hurt your feelings because you did all that shit to get to platinum and then you're knocked down to silver. Take it for what it's worth. We don't know how DoorDash is going to adjudicate these things though, but these are possibilities that may exist. So that's all I have. So now in the onset, I mentioned me personally in that DoorDash may have more to say. At least DoorDash may I said I had some house cleaning to do, and DoorDash may do that and more to me. Well, as it is now, as I mentioned, my acceptance rate is in the single digits, and so right now I lose access to the large orders or the higher paying orders, whatever, and then I also lose access to the priority scheduling, and pretty much I guess for those who've been crowing at us cherry pickers, they're saying, now y'all get shit 100% of the time. But remember, it is priority. Y'all get priority or a different tier of priority or higher priority or the highest priority. So it is still possible that I may see those opportunities. You're not 100%. You got to remember that you're not 100% on these things. I may still see them. I still may get early access scheduling, regardless. So take it for what it's worth. That's all I have to share for this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane. As always, may your grind and may your hustle continue.